It's the one thing everyone's given equally, and the one thing most people throw away. You think you have 24 hours? Let me correct you. You don't. You sleep 8 hours. You work or study 8 more hours. That leaves 8 hours, barely enough to cook, clean, commute, scroll, and survive. Most people waste that time because they treat time like a luxury. But Ayanokoji Kiyotaka? He treats time like a loaded weapon. And that's why, even in a room full of geniuses, schemers, athletes, and alphas, he always wins. But what if I told you that you could win too? Not in a fictional elite school, but in real life, in your job, your exams, your business, your goals. What if I told you there's a way to crush your 2-year goals in 2 weeks? That's not motivational fluff. That's strategy. Called ruthless, elite. Today, I'm giving you the exact unbreakable time management system inspired by Ayanokoji, backed by neuroscience, psychology, and elite performers. And if you're tempted to click away, go ahead. Keep scrolling TikTok. Keep living on autopilot. But don't come crying in 10 years when you're broke, bitter, and beaten by those who didn't scroll past this video. If you're still here, then welcome. This system is going to change your life, if you have the discipline to use it. Let's begin. 1. The 80-20 war plan. Prioritize like a general. You've heard of the 80-20 rule. 80% of your results come from 20% of your actions. But have you ever used it? Let me ask you, what if your dream life is only 20% effort away? And what if you're wasting your life on the wrong 80%? Here's how to think like a strategist, not a slave. Divide your tasks into 3 categories: urgent, deadlines, crises, essential work. B. Important, long-term goals, planning, health. C. Trash, scrolling, gossip, mindless consumption. Now here's the catch. Most people spend their entire day on C. They call it rest or relaxation. But in reality, they're just escaping from their own lives. Ayanokoji doesn't do that. In every situation he asks, what matters right now, and what leads to victory? You must do the same. Ask yourself each morning, what are the 3 tasks that move my life forward today? Only 3. No more. Then kill them. With full focus. Like you're on a battlefield and this task is your only mission. You don't need to do more. You just need to do what matters, without excuses, without delay. And if you can't even handle that, maybe you're not serious about success. Maybe you just like the idea of success, but not the sacrifice. 2. The procrastination execution protocol. Procrastination isn't laziness. It's self-betrayal. You know what you need to do. You just choose not to do it. But let me ask you something brutal. If you can't control your mind, who's really in charge? Your fears? Your urges? Your dopamine-starved brain? Ayanokoji doesn't procrastinate because he's motivated. He acts because his mission is bigger than his mood. The secret? Do it now. Always. Got something you're dreading? Do it now. Got an email you've been avoiding? Do it now. Think of procrastination like cancer. It grows. It spreads. And before you know it, it consumes everything: your work, your relationships, your life. Here's what you must do. Stop saying, I'll do it later. Set a timer. 5 minutes. Start even if it's ugly. Build momentum. You don't defeat procrastination with planning. You defeat it with motion. And for those of you still thinking, I'll start tomorrow, here's a truth that should haunt you. There is no tomorrow. Only today. And the version of you that keeps waiting is slowly dying. 3. Deep work. Enter the void. There's a reason most people never accomplish anything great. They've never tasted deep focus. Their brain is fried from overstimulation. TikTok, YouTube, notifications, drama. You're not stupid. You're just scattered. Ayanokoji's secret weapon isn't just his intelligence. It's the void he creates when he enters deep work. Nothing exists. No noise. No distraction. Just him and the mission. Here's how to enter that state. Create a deep work ritual. Same place, same time, no interruptions. Work in 30-minute focus blocks, followed by 5-minute resets. Put your phone in another room. Block websites that drain you. Every time you're distracted, it takes 25 minutes to get back into focus. Now imagine that happening 10 times a day. That's your life, leaking through 1,000 micro-distractions. The only way to reach Ayanokoji-level discipline is to guard your focus like a dragon guards gold. And if you're not willing to protect your time, then maybe you don't deserve the results you're chasing. 4. Timeboxing, the daily war map. Let me show you something most productive people miss. Working all day doesn't mean progress. Most people are just busy being busy. Ayanokoji? He uses timeboxing. Every hour has a job. Every job has a deadline. Here's how to build your daily war map. Break your day into blocks: morning, midday, evening. Assign each block a mission: study, build, train, reflect. Break big tasks into tiny objectives with start and stop times. Never leave a block empty. Example: studying for an exam? Divide it into review key concepts, practice questions, and memorize core formulas. Each has its time box. No overlaps. Now here's the kicker. Even if you don't finish the task, you've made massive progress, because it was intentional. That's the difference between amateurs and elites. Elites plan. Amateurs improvise. Which one are you? 5. Reverse planning. Think like a chess master. Here's something most people don't understand. The future isn't something you walk into. It's something you design. Ayanokoji doesn't act randomly. Every move he makes is 2 steps ahead. That's called reverse planning, and it will save you decades of trial and error. Start with your end goal. Maybe it's $10,000 per month. Maybe it's in the top 1% in your field. Maybe it's full-time freedom. Now walk backward. What vehicle will get you there? Business, career, skills? What skills must you master? What habits do you need daily? What must you eliminate to go faster? When you build a path from the future backward, you don't wander, you conquer. And if you're not planning your life like a chess match, don't be surprised when you get checkmated by someone who is. 6. The track and attack method. Audit your life or fall behind. Here's a brutal truth. You're not too busy. You're just not aware of how much time you waste. Every second you spend doing something that doesn't serve your mission, that's a theft. And the thief? You. Ayanokoji doesn't waste time because he knows exactly where his time is going. He tracks it. He studies it. And then he attacks the weaknesses. You need to do the same. Starting today, keep a time audit journal. For 7 days, write down everything you do. No exceptions. No edits. Even the embarrassing stuff. That 45-minute scroll on Instagram? Write it. That 2-hour YouTube rabbit hole? Write it. That fake study session that was 90% texting? Write it. At the end of the week, take a hard look. You'll be shocked. Most people waste 4 to 6 hours a day on mindless behavior. That's 30 hours a week, 120 hours a month, 1,440 hours a year. You could learn 3 new languages, build a business, get in the best shape of your life. But instead, you watched cat videos and argued with strangers online. This realization should hurt. If it doesn't, you're not ready to change. But if you feel that sting of wasted potential, use it. Track. Analyze. Act. Then eliminate the time-wasting parasites from your schedule without mercy. This is how you evolve. 7. Brain programming. Turn your mind into a weapon. Most people are prisoners of their minds. They think they're in control, but they're not. They're ruled by urges, emotions, and distractions. They react to everything. Ayanokoji is different. He doesn't react. He executes. And it's not just discipline. It's brain programming. Here's the secret. Your brain isn't designed for greatness. It's designed for comfort, safety, and laziness. But you can override it. You can rewire your neural circuits like a coder rewriting broken software. The tool. Visualization. No, not woo dream board stuff. Real, clinical mental rehearsal. Before you sleep tonight, lie down. Close your eyes. Visualize the entire next day, hour by hour. Picture yourself waking up with energy. Go straight into your deep work session. Crushing your workout. Finishing your goals with precision. This does 2 things. Eliminates hesitation. You've already lived it in your mind, so your brain follows the script. Creates identity change. You start to believe, not in who you were yesterday, but in who you're becoming today. Even Eddie Hall, the man who lifted 500 kilograms off the ground, used this same method to prepare. He visualized that moment so deeply that his brain couldn't tell the difference between imagination and reality. So when it came time to lift the impossible, he didn't think, he didn't feel, he just executed. That's what you need. 8. Control the default mode, kill the noise. Here's what most people never understand. The most dangerous time waster is not your job, not social media, not even Netflix. It's your default mode, your unconscious patterns when you're not thinking. Every day we fall back into habits that sabotage us. Reaching for the phone, opening apps without reason, mindless eating, background TV. These aren't decisions. They're reflexes. Ayanokoji doesn't allow reflexes to control him. He controls the environment so the environment doesn't control him. Here's how you can too. Make distraction difficult. Log out. Delete apps. Use blockers. Make focus easy. Clean desk. Tools ready. Phone away. Design your day ahead of time. No open space equals no random behavior. Discipline isn't about willpower. It's about removing the option to fail. You can't win the war if your battlefield is full of traps. Set up the terrain to force your future self to succeed. 9. System over goals. Become a machine. Everyone loves goals, but goals are fragile. They depend on motivation, mood, and external conditions. That's why most people fail. They set goals and wait for motivation to carry them. But Ayanokoji doesn't wait. He builds systems. What's the difference? Goal: I want to get fit. System: I train every day at 6 a.m., no exceptions. Goal: I want to become rich. System: I study one money skill for 60 minutes daily without fail. Systems don't care how you feel. Systems don't require inspiration. They just work, day in, day out, until the result becomes inevitable. You want to be elite? Stop chasing peaks. Start mastering processes. Set rules. Follow them like laws. Make your life so automated that success becomes the default. Because the truth is, success doesn't go to the most talented. It goes to the most consistent. 10. The final law: discipline or death. Let me leave you with this final truth. You are either building the future or digging your own grave. There is no middle ground. You can keep telling yourself, I'll start tomorrow. I'm too tired today. I'm not ready yet. But time doesn't care. The clock doesn't stop. Every second you waste, someone else is using it to beat you, to outperform you, to take what you could have had. Ayanokoji wins not because he's lucky, but because he's ruthless with time. And that's what you must become. Ruthless. Stop playing with your potential. Stop babysitting your excuses. Stop being soft with your dreams. Wake up. Lock in. Become dangerous. To those still watching, congratulations. You've already done what most people can't. You stayed focused. Your attention span is no longer average. It's elite. Now prove it. Don't just like this video. Want it? Comment below. I am the master of my time. Say it publicly so your mind believes it. And if you still haven't subscribed, let me ask you this. What? Are you afraid of growth? Afraid of discomfort? Afraid that maybe, just maybe, you're capable of more than you've ever believed? Because if you're not willing to subscribe to your evolution, then you're not just wasting time, you're wasting your life. But if you are ready, then hit subscribe, because this channel will be the only ally you'll ever need on your journey to becoming the most powerful version of yourself. We don't post entertainment, we post weapons, tools, strategies, war plans. This isn't for the weak, it's for the few, the elite, the disciplined, the unstoppable. See you in the next video. Until then, use time, or be used by it.